bit of that in the first half the other night at Washington. The players come out, they're a little nervous. They want to make sure they make a good showing. So the good thing is that our guys didn't embarrass themselves. I think we're down by 1 at halftime, but it's a long season, and it starts with a few games. The guys got to get the butterflies out, get the kinks out. Everyone's still learning each other, but to get off to a good start the other night in Washington, win a game, and finish it down the stretch with an unlikely lineup, it's good to see the team with the depth that I think is going to help us win some games this year.
Brian, it's really early in the game right now, obviously, but when you look at this team, can you see an identity emerging? Obviously, you had a vision, but it takes time for that vision to develop. But can you see something developing?
I think it's a little early for a true identity, but the one thing that we can see is a lot of teamwork and a lot of support for one another out there. There's a lot of guys cheering for one another, and I think everyone's pulling in the same direction. There's also a lot of healthy competition right now. We talk about the depth at the wing positions. Freddie Jones, Anthony Parker, Mo Pete, PJ Tucker, they're all going to be fighting, but they seem to all be supporting each other. I think everybody on this team genuinely likes each other, and that kind of camaraderie is the kind of thing that I think is very good for a team to formulate an identity, but it's a little early for that to happen.
In terms of building a team and putting a team together, people talk about the on-court product, but in the back of your mind, were you looking at practices as a way to get them better, making sure that you assemble guys that can go at each other every day in practice to push each other, basically?
I don't think that was necessarily the motive, but it's certainly a good byproduct of all the things that transpired with the off-season moves. One of the things that Sam and I talked a lot about last season was the depth issue, and not having someone for him to turn to get the rest for the starters really became a little bit problematic because the guys that were trying to finish the games didn't have enough gas in the tank. So now I think you'll see a lot of different lineups out there. Sam is still experimenting with the coaching staff, trying to figure out what the right lineups are. But you're going to see a lot of different changes, I think, over time. And just because someone starts tonight doesn't mean it's going to be that way for the regular season. It's likely that at some point there's going to be some kind of a set five, but I love the healthy competition, and practices have been very spirited. Guys are going at each other. They've been running up and down. I see a team tonight that's a little bit hesitant right now, a little frustrated by it because I want to get out there and make sure everyone sees what kind of style we're going to play, but it's the kind of thing that takes time to develop. And I think, again, tonight's just one showing, but as the season goes, you'll see a lot more of that happening.
You've done a lot since you've been here. You had a lot to do. We talked when you first got here that you had a lot of things you wanted to do, and there are dominoes that will fall while you're here with your tenure. Do you feel like you accomplished a lot over the summer being here?
Well, I looked back at a transaction sheet the other day, listing out everything that had happened since I came on board in March. And there was a little bit of a lull that first couple of weeks that I was here, but I think we had you guys at a press conference day after day after day. We had a few guys in the media with their legs tired for reasons that normally is not the case. But look, we've done a lot to change the team that was necessary. A team that won 27 games last year that just wasn't on paper very good and wasn't very good on the court. We've got a great young budding star in Chris Bosh. We got him back under contract, with the extension. We've got to find ways to build around him, and we've taken some good steps to begin that process. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's certainly something that we're looking forward to do. The one thing I can tell you, we've brought great people into the organization. Just about everyone down the list is a terrific young man. I say young because we're one of the younger teams in the league, and we've got some great young stars. It's going to take some time to get this thing going in the right direction, but at the same time, I anticipate a lot of change because I expect a lot of change and I expect results. So we're going to try to do that right away.
Brian, speaking of taking some time, Andrea Bargnani, a number one pick, and we experienced in the past, say with a guy like Hoffa, who was number 7, put a lot of pressure on himself thinking, well, I'm a 7 pick, I got to show something. Bargnani seems to have a very mature, even-keeled approach. He doesn't seem to feel the pressure. He's willing to go in, learn, and just get better every day.
He's got that cool Italian approach, doesn't he? But he seems very comfortable with himself out there on the floor. It's one of the things that we liked about his personality, background testing. It was something that came out as a strong trait. Not concerned about other people's opinions, not concerned about how he's perceived, but he does want to succeed. He does want to do very well. So I think that's going to help him as a rookie with all this additional pressure of being the number 1 pick. And tonight he looks a little lost. He was a little quick to get a couple of jumpers up. I think he wants to show everyone that he belongs. he's going to do just fine. It's going to take some time, and he's going to earn his minutes. He's going to have to earn his minutes because of that depth issue. And of course, we're going to try to win every game we can. But I'm sure you'll see a lot of them this year, and I'm sure that as time passes, you're going to see a very good, young, solid player in this league.
And this is a kid who's used to earning his minutes.
Exactly. You know, you're talking about a 20-year-old that had a very big impact in the Italian League Series that they won in the championship over in Italy. He's had a big impact. 2 years ago, he was playing on this very floor, did not embarrass himself at all against the likes of Chris Bosh and the rest of the Raptors. So I think that, again, he's got a bright future ahead. Let's not try to make it happen tonight.
Brian, as you move forward in this season, and you try to kind of graph the progress of the team, what are some of the things you look for in terms of development and making sure that this program is moving in the right direction?
Well, you've got to take forward steps all the time. I think that first and foremost, we needed to really change the attitude of the entire team, the organization, the fans, the city. And, I think that's a big thing that we need to do in terms of taking the next step as an organization and a franchise. Try to make the team better, try to make them believe that we belong in the NBA, and also competing for a championship in the NBA. That's our goal. We're going to put a competitive, entertaining product out there, but you got to win games. So, we're out there every day trying to take that next step. And as we start to, formulate this, let's hope it goes in the right direction.
Brian, thanks a lot for doing this. We appreciate it. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for giving all these people exactly what they want: a little excitement, a little energy in the building.
And congratulations on the new set.
Hey, well,
It's all him. He did it.
Center court.